I think I'm going to pop me a Coke.
Cheers.
So, I don't want anyone using the F word today, and that word is Falcons. We're Braves fans, right? Woo! Pitiful. Hopefully another week. So, what do you think out there?
Hot.
Awesome?
Who said hot?
Oh, hot! You're right about that. What else? Market, good, bad, medium?
Not hot.
Yeah, Martina. Market.
Exciting.
What does that mean? Scale of 1 to 10. Busy.
I'm going to say busy would be a 7.5.
Okay. Rachel, poor.
Very good.
Very good. I'll give that a 9. Culver.
I'd agree. I'd give it a price about an 8.
Gotcha.
Analytical. I had somebody the other day get 3.35 on a rating.
That's crazy stuff. Kassane, what do you think? 8. How about you, Donna?
Like a 7 or 8.
There we go. Okay, so we're past Labor Day. This generally is a time where things start to pick up. In my opinion, they picked up a month ago in a time that's generally slow, August 15th to September 15th, because school's starting, still hot, people tired. Not that way this year. This will be probably a record September just because we have some new factors in play. And what are those?
Interest rates. Great interest rates.
Plain and simple. That's at the top of the list. These are crazy, crazy good interest rates. And that should really drive the market. Okay? Plain and simple. On top of that, Atlanta, 60,000 plus job growth. That's near the top of the nation. Okay? And I'll send you this article later, but we're still one of the positive construction cities. So a lot of places, let's say apartments, which we all complain how many apartments are being built, how many apartments because of traffic, but most cities have tapered off with that construction. Actually, the last peak was 2017, okay, in most cities. Tapered off now, but Atlanta is still a positive gain city. So all these factors really should drive it. If you want it this fall, it is out there. I agree, it's a little toasty. No real relief in sight, right? It's staying. That's all right. Believe me. Believe me. The minute there's a high of 68, 10 people will come in upset how cold it is. So just enjoy it because it's not going to be around long. So here's backing up what I'm saying. Growth in home prices this summer maintained a robust pace thanks to persistently, here's the other piece, low inventory as far as price escalation. And according to a new report, a new interest in buying homes among older millennials. What's the definition of an older millennial? I mean, what, you're 30. Okay, 30s is correct, okay? I've never heard that term, but I guess we have it now. So I guess they figured out, okay? I mean, their game plan, these millennials, both my children being them, is that we don't own anything.
I thought they're gonna live in your basement.
Right? We don't own anything. We don't own a car. We don't own a home. We travel. We spend all our money. That's their game plan, right? Well, I guess they figured out by the time they're 30 that this game plan is going to end them up when they're 50, 60, 70 on the poor farm because you have nothing building equity, right? So, okay, they finally figured it out. Prices rose or stayed the same in 48 states. You can quote this stuff. And slipped year over year in only 2 states. So this should be a question you get a lot if you have buyers. The market has been going up how many years, ballpark?
Jeez, 10.
10, 8, wherever you want to start. I would say, my opinion, 7 or 8. Okay, which is a long upcycle. Okay? So we know that the world does this, markets do this. So you would think that logically we need to do something different because we've been on an upcycle this long. If you look at our prices since 2012, I mean, anyone you had buy in 2009 to 13 should be sending you presents every month, right? Because they more than doubled their money. Okay, so we have to start going, when will this stop? And I think, do you get that question? Like, should I buy? Right? Well, the truth is you should buy just because of these interest rates, okay? But there's only 2 states. I mean, we've gone up. We've gone up over 100%, and there's only 2 states that have showed us a decline. You'll never guess one.
California.
No. No, because they're just 2 weird states. Well, actually, I would think they're one of the hottest. I would think South Dakota is one of the hottest, but it's South Dakota and Connecticut. The only 2 down. Sales of new and existing homes this July were up from a year ago, supported by low interest rates and rising family income. With the for sale inventory remaining low in many markets, the pickup in buying has nudged price growth up. If low interest rates and rising income continue, then expect home price growth will strengthen over the coming year. After 8 years of up. Okay? Looking toward next year, CoreLogic forecasts that by July 2020, annual home price growth will quicken, rising to 5.4% over the next 11 months.
Wow.
I mean, that's a crazy number after you've been up this much. It's a crazy good number. Due to continuing low inventory, and I think they got this backwards, and a dearth of potential sellers willing to list their homes. Well, I think they got that wrong. I mean, more supply means not prices going up, but anyway, we'll go with that. A continuing number of millennials are expressing an interest in buying homes, reinforcing the theory that this cohort is continuing to engage within the housing market. But with so few homes available for sale, the imbalance has created an affordability crisis that is getting worse every day. Demand exceeds supply, and we're unsure of when the 2 will balance out. Right? Simple economic 101. Right? First thing you learn the first day. Right? Supply and demand. Low supply, prices go up, right? That's my answer to people. There's no need to wait. We have evidence that they're still going up, and these interest rates, your mortgage payment is going to be as low as it ever can be, right? It's a good time. It's a good time to be doing what we're doing. All right, we have a great breakfast. I love it when people get the Chick-fil-A notice. So we got, why don't you introduce Bob, RJ? Who?
Me.
Yes. You're right. Okay.
Yes,
Right.
but it's
What? Tommy. You're right. It's Tommy. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
All right, so y'all, Tommy Berta is a friend of ours. It lives in Dunwoody, in the branches, and he has a new business that is odor removal. And we had a house that had been rented out by someone with cats, and he has solved our problem. So he's with Master Odor Removal, and this is Tommy Berta.
Love getting rid of them.
Name is definitely Tommy.
Tommy.
Not Bob. That's okay.
Tommy,
For those of you that sat in one place, I put a bunch of these, one each on each of your places. I've got more for those on the outside. Master Odor Removal, I did not name the company. Don't like the name, but I'm stuck with it. So what we do is we are a green certified business, and like RJ said, we provide odor removal. Just so you know, we are not mold or mildew removal, we're purely odor removal. Our core business is commercial and residential real estate, vehicles, boats, and planes, believe it or not. And we are a green certified business with a 2-step patent pending process. We have a product that, as I said, is green certified that we apply, we spray it on, and we spray basically all of the interior surfaces so that we get a contact with our product, whatever the odor molecules are. That's the first step. We let that dry. We like to say it takes maybe 15 minutes to an hour. Unfortunately, Atlanta's so hot and humid, it usually takes a little bit longer than that. Has a drying agent. So basically, when we're done, we spray everything with a light spray. When we're done, it's dry. The next step in our process is a dry thermochemical fogging process. In that process, we actually run it through the intake on the HVAC system, return air system, so that we get everything inside the air system, and then we literally fog every room in the house. When we get done fogging this room, you can't see the clock. It's basically a big fog right there. That chemical that fog will go up in the air to touch everything it can and then settle all down. You know that you're done when it's settled out to the ground. It's clear as you can see through. Our product works on the microbiological level. It actually attaches itself to the odor molecules. Once attached to the odor molecules, it basically makes them odor neutral. That's basically our product. Quite frankly, it was discovered accidentally as a byproduct by someone who started the company who has a PhD and a degree in pharmacy. And they accidentally made this product for something as a byproduct of what they were doing. Our product is 100% guaranteed. And I put a caveat to that only because I can only treat what I know is there. I've had people call me and say, I've got this smell in my house, can't figure out where it came from, don't know what it is. The house is old. I don't really know what the source of that smell is, so I can't really guarantee that. But I do guarantee smoke, pet, food odors. Those are our three biggest odors that we get. The idea of cooking a cake before you show a house and it smells great and then everybody leaves and it doesn't. Our product has a tracer scent in it. We call it a luxury powder fresh scent. Both of our products have that scent in them. That is there for a short period of time, and it varies depending on the dilution of the chemical when we put it in there. But it could be anywhere from a day to a couple days. And that scent disappears. The purpose of the tracer scent is twofold. One, so that we know as we walk through that we've done something, and two, that you also know that we've done something. And then that goes away. I've had people call me up and ask if I can bring it back. It's $500 a gallon. They decided Febreze was much cheaper. So RJ actually, through her, I've got a couple of jobs here recently. One was a smokehouse. A woman had smoked in her bedroom for 30 years. Passed away. Her daughter went to sell it. Did everything. Carpet, paint, everything. Couldn't get it out. As soon as you walked in, you could smell it in the bedroom really good. Treated it. And she actually put a review on the other day on Google. 100% she sold the house within a week. RJ, same thing. We had a pet odor issue. Went in there. I have a black light. I turned the lights out. You can see where the urine was. You spray that. You do all that stuff. And you never know what you can find. But then we got that. And also that house, that is a satisfied customer. So I've given you all information. Just quickly, this is kind of our paraphernalia or information right there. This is called apartments and rentals, but behind that's our guarantee. And then after that, there's also a vehicle one. I just put that in there because I wanted to put 3 pieces of paper in there. So please feel free to contact me here for anybody I can. Thank you very much for your time.
Real quick, the question is let's just say, Tommy, a 2,000 square foot house, how much would that cost?
Okay, I'm sorry, I should have said it. So a house that does not have furniture in it is 50 cents a square foot, meaning it's unoccupied. There's no way.
So a 2,000 square foot house, it costs $1,000. Okay.
If it's got furniture in it, i.e. occupied, it's somewhere between 75 cents to $1, depending on how much stuff you have.
Okay.
One last thing, if you don't mind, can I say the best time, just so y'all know this, because I know y'all deal with a lot of resales. The best time for my product to be applied, if you've got a bad house, is if somebody's going to go in and take the carpet out and paint, take the carpet out and don't paint. Let me apply my product, and then you can paint, put the carpet back in. This way I've gotten everything at its base level.
Okay, good.
Any other question?
No.
Oh,
Here we
wait.
go.
No.
They're right here.
There we go. All right, so I would think that odors are near the top of the list as far as why houses don't sell, right? I mean, all of us have worked with buyers. You can watch it happen. You open the door, you smell cat, dog, urine, smoke.
Run away.
It's almost over, right? So this is a huge thing, and I would probably send Tommy's info to my database. Anyone that you know that has rental property, this is huge too, right? Okay, thank you, Tommy. Thanks for what you do. All right, so Pete, command is here. enlighten us. It's not that hard, but we got to start using it to turn in. We can still use dot loops out there, but we need to start learning command.
We got some cool stuff today.
Cool. Cool is cool.
Just hit number 3. So what Stacy and I have probably had close to 50 people go through the first command class, and it's going pretty well, I think. For most of the people who've been through it, they at least learned a little bit. And so what I'm going to show you today, this is actually my phone right here. Okay. Wouldn't it be cool if you could talk to your phone and put a contact in command?
Easy.
Okay? That's what we're going to do.
Really?
Really? For you and for you only. And today only. So as you can see right here, I've got folders on mine, and I'm going to go to this folder right here. Most of you are familiar with the red KW app and the blue KW app. The blue KW app is Kelly, right? If you haven't installed it, go ahead and install it. So I'm going to click on the blue KW app, and it opens up in just a second or two. Kelly. Hopefully it'll automatically log me in. And what I'd like to do, because I just went to a Georgia football game where they play real football. This was not a North Avenue experience.
Easy now.
I'm medical.
Easy. Come on.
What happens down there?
We support both.
So what I'm going to do is I met a guy down there. I want to put him in my database. So I'm simply going to click the microphone right here, and I'm going to say, add Hank Williams. Add Hank Williams to command. Whoop, that's not what I wanted.
Like to go ahead.
Add Hank Williams to command. Boom.
Oh man, I could have just built.
What about if we entered some contact details also?
Yeah.
So now here's Hank. Hank is in command. I'm going to hit add another item, maybe like a phone number. I'm going to click type. I'm going to say his mobile number. And over here I'm going to put, backspace, 770-551-7113. That looks pretty good. What about if we add something else? Maybe his home address?
Pretty good.
Should I keep going?
You're talking.
Oh, probably shouldn't be talking. But so I'm going to pause. Well, so I could go ahead as I'm now. Never use your cell phone while you're driving.
Right.
Okay. So now that we've gotten that out, so I just left and I'm putting my information in. All of this information I'm putting in is going into a contact in command. Okay. I can put. What doesn't work very well is putting email addresses in. Home addresses, telephone numbers, notes. I can scroll down here and put notes. Okay? Met Hank in the bar, got him sufficiently inebriated, and he wants to buy a house. All that goes into command. Right?
I don't know that I'd put that in writing.
I have to put it in writing, I just talk to it.
No record of that type of.
All right, so now, just for kicks and grins, why don't we go over here to command. I'll refresh my screen, and let's see if I have a contact over here. If I can see my screen.
Bottom.
There's Hank, right there. And if I had stayed with it and put more information in there, then all that information would have showed up right here. But if I go down here to the phone, if I can find it and see it. Let me scroll back up here and see what we got here.
Did you save it after you?
I didn't have to, and
Okay.
I didn't have to over there. Let's go to edit and see what happens. Well, oh, maybe I didn't hit save, yeah.
And you kept saying that you were talking.
Right, right. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say, without spending the whole morning talking about it, is this is an easy way that if you're driving down the road, let's assume for sake of conversation that you've already got all your contacts and we've got them into command. That's probably a more logical thing to do. So now Jake's got 300 people in command and he just had lunch with somebody. So go in with your phone, you say, edit Fred Flintstone in command. And then it says, add note to Fred Flintstone. Just had lunch with Fred Flintstone, he'd like to sell his house. That information now goes into your contact manager within command, and you don't have to think about it and wait till you get back to home, to the office to type that stuff in. Make sense?
Yeah.
Pretty cool? Tip of the day?
Good.
Any questions? That's it.
Okay, pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Add Gary Keller.
See if it did. No.
Oh, there we go.
It's already there.
Said unlisted. All right, so top producers. Are you ready, Allison? We'll come back to that. Ernie,
Yeah.
you got a guest here?
All right.
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Why don't you introduce?
Thank you. Guys, I'm a part of the member of our KW Culture Committee. And one of the things that we like to do within our influence with KW is part of our culture is give back to our community. And I've asked a representative from Must Ministry to come in today to speak for us for a brief minute. And from all of us, we're going to present him with something before he leaves today. John?
That's M-U-S-T, not M-U-S-K.
Must be. Good
There we-
morning.
there
I
we-
love coming to places that have chicken biscuits.
There we go.
Tell you that right away. But as Ernie said, my name is Don Crampton. I represent Must Ministries. Must Ministries is a nonprofit organization. We do 4 things. We help people find food, shelter, employment, and clothing. And we do it in several different ways. How many of you know anything at all about Must? So I got to sell the rest of it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But I really don't have to sell because I know that Keller Williams does great work in the community. But just let me tell you just a few things that we do at Must Ministries. With food, we distribute more than 2,500 pounds of food daily. What we'll do if you come to us, you need food, and say, look, I was able to pay my rent, but I can't buy food. We'll give you 10 pounds of food for every person in your family, up to 75 pounds. One of the things we like to do is treat people with dignity and with respect. So when you come to us, you become a client. You get a card. It has a barcode on the back. So you don't have to come and go through the same process over and over again. And so when you come in to the food pantry, have your card, we look at it, things, we have client choice. We don't tell you that you need to eat asparagus if you don't like asparagus. All right. See, we got some asparagus here. Brussels sprouts, okay. But you get to tell us what your family likes to eat. And then we actually have great volunteers. We have more than 10,000 volunteers on an annual basis. So we put the food in the bag for you. If you can't carry it to your car, we'll take it to your car for you. So and do that. We also have 34 similar food pantries in schools in Cobb County and Cherokee County. Those 34 food pantries also feed into making a total of 70 schools that we service, giving food. The parents sign up through the counselors, and once a month they come and physically the school gives us space on the campus. They physically go grocery shopping. And one of the things we do collect, if you're looking for a project, we do hygiene kits. Because if you're on the WIC system, you're on the WIC card, you can't buy shampoo, you can't buy deodorant, you can't buy some of the things, you can only buy food. So if you have a limited income, you can't get it. Now, but the next thing, because I know time is limited, but one of the things, one of our signature programs you may have heard of is the summer lunch program. Where do children who are on free lunch get lunch in the summertime. They don't, unless we help. So last year we distributed, this past summer, 265,000 individual sack lunches. We physically take them to playgrounds, apartment complexes, wherever there's a need. And quite honestly, that was less than 3% of the need. So, and then finally, with our food program, our food pantries, we have a shelter on Carr Parkway, just under the Canton overpass. And the shelter, you can come stay with us for 30 days. Why? Because we're trying to get you back on your feet. We'll help you find a job. We give you a voicemail box. This becomes your address. We do Serve Safe training, which is certification. Every restaurant has to have someone certified in food safety. We do OSHA training. Once you find a job in a warehouse, we'll give you your shoes, your work clothes, so you don't have a reason not to show up for work. So we do that. We also do forklift training and many other things. So Must Ministry is a great social organization. If you're thinking about, I'm going to close with this, so you understand the impact, if I may, Brad.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. We open the school pantry. Little girl comes in, tells the principal, may I have something to eat? The principal says, well, didn't you eat breakfast this morning? She said, no, ma'am, I didn't eat breakfast. Did you eat dinner last night? She said, no, ma'am, I didn't eat dinner last night. While the principal was telling us the story, she was in tears. And she said, why didn't you eat dinner last night? Little girl looked over there, as little girls will do, and little boys, innocently, and said, because it was not my turn. Wow. That's what we do at Must Ministry. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Don.
To volunteer.
Go to www.mustministries.org if you want to volunteer individually. There's a drop down that says I want to help. Volunteer as an individual. There's also group volunteer opportunities as well.
May I have your card?
I want to get a picture with you.
There we go. There we go. Okay, here we go.
Quickly, I can't hold my stomach in.
Now you can relax.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a massive need, not just in Atlanta and the world. I mean, literally, I was driving early morning this past Sunday going 85 past Grady, taking I-20 east, and if you look over to the right, Temps under the highway. So, it's a big need. Don, we all love asparagus, but we might need Tommy the Odor Man after that. So, I don't need much asparagus. All right, so let's talk top producers. Top producers.
Oh, sorry.
Stacy, what do you have?
We have class, pardon me, so this right after sales meeting, John Hawn from Bolt Group is going to teach, show buyers your value. Those of you who've been recently in Ignite may have had John as an instructor, and he's got amazing resources, tools, and you will bring more to the table with your buyers, both during your consult and throughout the buying process, with some of the insights John's going to share. And then, let's see, we have, as he mentioned, command. We're focusing on get your contacts in command tomorrow. Commercials in first, and then we'll start at 11. And we're going to do compliance in command on Friday. So, and there's, sir, Matt.
What time on Friday?
Randy, 10 o'clock on Friday.
Are you
going to
giving
talk about
tomorrow?
I'll let you talk about your Thursday event.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. All right, top producers, year to date. We report two ways, year to date and monthly. This is year to date.
Sorry, Scott was in it.
Drum roll.
What are we doing first?
Anyone? Teams, 2 and 2 only. RJ and Jim McCarty, 1. Tara and Gary Gaines, 2. Deb and Michael Martino, 3. Kathy and Bill Haas, 4. Eddie Levin and Sam Klein, 5. Congratulations. Top commercial agents. 1, Scott Morchower. 2, Rocky Kaufman. 3, Steve Fader back in the game. 4, Joe Cannon. 5, Josephine Chang. Congratulations. Top groups. 3 or more licensed working together. Just had a baby. Becky and Dave Evans, Group 1. Nicole Ambrose, Group 2. Ming Joe, Group 3. Providence, Group 4. Alexander, Group 5. Congratulations.
Team again.
Individuals.
Top teams. Good. Next one. Next.
Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Where'd they go? There they are. Top individuals 1 through 15. 1, Dan Bangs. 2, Cynthia Pierce. 3, Michael Culver. 4, Rob Carino. 5, Brandon Atkins. 6, Denise McEnany. 7, Virginia Moran. 8, Tosh McGraves. 9, Paige Pace. 10, Jenna Huffam. 11, Amanda Martin. 12, you don't think you can do, she got 4 kids. 11, Amanda Martin. 12, Jessica Schulte. 13, Becky Veal. 14, Susan Eschbach. And 3, Joe Bombera. Congratulations. 4 months to the finish line. We'll see what happens. So, let's talk today. It's interesting. Different agents get different amounts of their listings sold. Higher percentage. Top agents, I would almost wager, they get a higher percentage of their listings sold. So, what are the tricks? How do they do it? What do they do intentionally?
Price it right.
Probably at the top of the list, right? There's a big effort up front into preparing for that meeting, providing quality comps, providing quality market intel, economic intel, neighborhood intel, where we get it priced properly.
They get the smell out.
You're being silly, but that's the truth, right? Right? I mean, that's plain and simple. What else?
Presented.
Showmanship.
Present. Okay, so what does that mean? I mean, there's some people's listings, I guarantee you could pick the agent, you can almost walk in and go, this is Cynthia Pierce's listing, right? So what do they do? Mike?
Staging consultation, professional photos.
All right, slow down. Go back to staging. Do you pay a stager?
I do, yeah.
Why?
And it's critical. I've seen a lot of houses, but my eye, even though I'm trying to put my mindset as a buyer when I walk through a house for a client, there's still things decoration-wise that I'm always amazed what the stager does, and my clients do too, and they really appreciate it.
So you pay for that?
And we're making a product. I pay $350. The 2-hour consultation. She will literally, with the client's permission, move a lot of things during that time and leave a pretty detailed list.
Okay, so
colors, where to buy pillows. Get this furniture out, move this furniture in.
Okay, so some of us have the skill to actually do that, right? But why do most of those people still pay a stager? Why do they do that?
So your client receives it probably better from a third party than from you.
Right. So there is some truth to that we're trying to be on the same side with our client, right? We're on the same side with the same goals and the same intentions. So sometimes that could be perceived as you're at odds with your own client. It's far better to have someone else telling them that, right? What else? So you said something right after that.
Photos, professional.
Okay. Probably near the top of the list too, right?
Yeah.
Do you pay for them?
I do. Yeah.
Who here pays for photos? Everybody. You got to. I mean, you just have to now. I know a lot of us were professional Instagrammers. We think our Pictures are really good, but there is a pro.
Yeah.
There's a big difference as far as light's huge, right? Just making things appear. We want our photos. What do we want in our photos? What are we intending to make happen? What?
Tell the story of the house.
Tell the story of the house. What else?
Attract the person to come see it in person.
Right, but what do better photographers make those pictures do?
Make them appear.
It looks bigger, right?
Sharp
Right.
angles.
Right, better angles, better, it looks bigger, right? Clients like bigger than smaller. Light too, right?
They can show a whole room instead of the corner.
Yeah,
The corner. Or the toilet.
yeah. What else?
There's no thumbs in the picture.
What's that?
There's no thumbs in the picture, you know, when you see people who do it themselves.
Or reflections in the mirror.
Yeah, we've seen that one. Bill?
We always do a Tuesday caravan, either offer lunch or some kind of giveaway. We send out email invitations to agents, not only in our office, but multiple offices. And then the most important part of that whole equation is to have a feedback sheet as to what can be done to improve the house, and also pricing recommendations. And a lot of times an agent may come in and look for guidance because they don't know the comps as well as we do. But you can, in a ethical way, kind of guide them towards documenting what needs to be done to improve the house, and also where price needs to be positioned if you're not there yet. And we share those feedback sheets, everybody fills one out, and we share those with the seller, and that's extremely powerful to have the seller hearing it not just from you, but other agents in the marketplace that have visited the property.
Okay.
And it gives it exposure too.
These are all good and all important in getting more listings sold. What else? We're missing two that I see.
Open house.
Open house is good, yep.
This may not be on, but I do a pretty detailed walkthrough in advance, sometimes even before my initial listing meeting, depending on time. Because I'm looking at, and y'all can do it, also my background's a little more technical, so I look at other things too, but, ceiling stains, cracked window, especially right by the front door, telling them the importance of squeaky clean windows. I mean, all things that are, value added. You go out on the deck, and half of it looks rotten. Just suggest things to your client. The trees in front are block the view of the house. Have them get a tree guy to limb them up, and we'll be,
Exactly right. Exactly right. I haven't sold in 15 years. I can still say this in my sleep. So we come in, most people, and it'll allow you to get comfortable in your listing presentation. Usually the first thing I did. So I'm going to say, let's walk the house. Okay, I want you to show me everything about your house. I'm going to take notes. But also, I work with a lot of buyers. So I have a buyer's eye. I know what they're going to see. I would recommend you get a pad of paper and a pen and take notes with what I'm saying. You can do all of them or none of them. But these are the things that buyers are going to see that we might have to correct that will scare them off, right? So while they're showing me things about their house, which is great, I'm taking notes, I'm also going, tell me about this stain here, right? Oh, well, that's from, the roof leaked 5 years ago. That's what they usually say. Well, the truth is, every buyer is going to think that is currently leaking, right? So we need to get rid of that, okay? So all stains we need to get rid of on the ceiling, right? Outlets, what's going on there? It's black around that outlet. Well, that was 10 years ago. Well, they just think that practically caused a fire last night, right? Got to get rid of that. And then cracks, right? So they think the house is settling, it's going to fall in tomorrow. So we're just pointing this out. On top of, hey, 35 bales of pine straw at $3 a bale might really help the look. Limbing up, right. And we're showing our value, right? We know this stuff. And then you've already had 20 minutes to talk. You should be pretty comfortable by the time you get to the table. Okay, what else?
This is working for me. So when the house goes from, it's almost impossible for me to get agents to Roswell for feedback, but I invited 150 agents in my database that sell at that price point at 1.3. I got 10, but it's good feedback.
10's good.
So I have this house been on the market a week at 1.3. And I didn't, we don't read our emails, right? So I took the listing and texted it to the agents that I know that are in that price range and have had buyers in that price range recently. And I texted them the listing and I said, even if you don't have buyers now, you gotta see this home. It's gotten great feedback. Because a lot of times they're at 1.3, maybe they're only looking at 1.2. So, you know, I think sometimes you can price it right, but you know, you kind of might miss that search. So it kind of helps to bring it to light. And then I have a showing today, and I know what they're looking at because I asked the agent before they come who the buyers are, what they're looking at, do they have kids, and so I know what they're looking at. I know where they're looking, and so when they come, and I also know how long they're looking. They're starting at 4 and they're ending at 7. So I have bags with water and some snacks, a banana, a bottle of wine for agent and for the buyers. You know, just welcoming, thank you for coming. Here, you know, obviously the brochure and everything. I know you have a long day. Here's some snacks to keep you going. I think it just makes it stand out.
I don't have a buyer, but can I show that property?
Yeah. I'll let you swim in the pool, bring you some snacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it by me and you every night at 7. And they need to come back again tonight.
Another thing that's really worked, that's gotten offers where I didn't expect it, is again, when the buyers come for a second showing, bottle of wine, I know you have a long day, thanks for coming. And I knew one objection was it was a little far away. So in my welcome back note, I said, you know, Litchfield is, you know, it's a unique neighborhood, but, you know, when you drive down Cox Road, you kind of decompress. It's really relaxing. To us, it was worth the drive. And they put an offer in on it. Wow.
There you go. So she kind of in a
Turn something that would be seen as a
exposure is exposure. How are you going to expose your listing, right? That's a key. I mean, we can say marketing, we can say exposure. It's not an accident for top agents, right? So 96% of people start their search out internet, right? So we probably need to have a game plan of how that's going to be exposed on the internet and prove it to our seller. Don't just say we did it. You got to be able to prove it. It's a big thing, getting that out there. I like what Rachel said. You know, you can easily find out who's shown or sold most of the houses in the area. Send that group an email, right? These are just things that up your chances. Last, I think, RJ.
And then you have the sheer and utter persistence with your sellers that didn't listen about that red wall, or didn't listen about the price.
Right.
And have to learn by happening. And you just keep saying, well, the market is telling us, and maybe that's where you have a caravan or other ways to try to help them self-discover that they need to paint that red wall or reduce the price.
The market, those are great words to always be saying. It's the market that's telling us. And I think it would be great, almost every listing, we are having this conversation ahead of time. 96% of properties sell, people get exposed online. So literally the minute I put this listing in, everybody knows within 10 minutes. That's correct? Okay. So I would have this conversation ahead of time. If we have no showings in, pick your number, 3-7 days, we're way off base. We're way off base on price. If we have showings and no contracts in 7 to 10 days, we're better, but we're still not the price. Okay, I would get that in their head early. It's going to help in getting a price reduction. And why? Why that's the case? Well, they go, it's only been 7 days, it's only been 10 days. Everyone knows in 10 minutes. If this was a possibility, if this was a great price for a lot of people, you'd be overwhelmed, right? Michael.
I should say too, because this now has changed with the number of photos we can put in. Don't walk them through the house. A lot of people don't have the patience to click through 70 photos. Your first 4 need to wow them. So, you know, the master, the backyard, the finished basement, the kitchen, you know, are killer. Put them up there in 2, 3, or 4 spots. You know, obviously the front should be the number 1 should be a front photo, but just keep that in mind. You know, people you want to give them something to make them hungry to go through all those photos, you know, not to have to click 50 times to go, oh, wow, yeah, it does have a nice backyard, because a lot of them won't.
Yeah, you want your best features up front, right? There we go. And last is communication. Again, some of us are good, some bad, but you will be surprised how many properties sell because Pete, every time someone calls or texts, he gets back quickly.
Yeah.
Right? You don't know how many properties they went out to look. Woo, what's this property? Wasn't on the list. It's Pete's property. Pete, what's up with, can we get in? Then he's responsive, boom, yes, you can, let me call you back 2 minutes, versus they can't reach him, they go on, right? A lot of this is just, or especially Friday or Saturday, I know we all have social stuff, but that's Friday nights when people are calling, right, is it available, this sort of stuff. Some people, if you couldn't reach someone, how many of you just wouldn't show it because it might be under contract?
Yep.
Right? So these are upping our chances, right? Being available, answering these questions. You'd be shocked. I mean, some of the biggest names in this business, you think they're unreachable? I can name the biggest of the biggest. We call them right now, they'd answer the cell. They know this. They know this is a big part of things selling. And I think we mentally, once whatever our time is, 8 to 5, 9 to 6, whatever we work, we need to pretty much have this at all times and functioning. Not at the bottom of our purse on vibrate. Oh, wow, I called 3 hours ago. Oh, you were gone, man. We're in the next city. Right? Man, it's got to be on ringer. Why don't people like the ringer? Okay, we got to know. Okay, very good talk. What we want is, yes, we want listings, but we want listings that, that's right. Certainty Home Loans.
In the house.
What you got?
We'll be quick. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good chat. I like that.
Good chat.
Good chat. Real quick, I know we're short on time. I wanted to share 2 very important program updates. One for FHA and one for VA that are coming. First one for FHA. Effective October 15th, FHA will start allowing single unit approvals for condos that are not on their approved list. Okay, so if you've got FHA buyers and they're looking for a condo, you know the list is fairly limited on what they can purchase. They will be allowing single unit approvals. They will have to meet certain guidelines. We're still waiting on some more information on what those are, but it will most likely mirror conventional financing with the need for a condo questionnaire, etc. But very exciting. That's more options for FHA buyers. October 15th is when that goes live. Secondly, for VA, effective January 1st of next year, they are removing the maximum loan limit. So currently, right now, if you've got a VA buyer, they can go up to 484, 350. And then anything over that requires, I think it's 20% down payment of that difference. They are removing that cap as of January 1st of next year. Yes?
What if you have you're already in contract, but the construction won't be done until next year?
It's whenever the VA case number is going to be assigned.
So if they've already got the VA case number, they're not.
Yeah, it's for case numbers that are assigned after January 1st. But that's huge for VA and for FHA. So we're excited about those changes.
Woohoo! And back by popular demand, we have wine and cheese Thursday afternoon. Now this, in case you guys have not attended before, it's a good time, okay? It's not me getting up there teaching you guys anything. It's one of your peers sharing some really great ideas with you. This week, it's Linda Barhumi. And the secret that she's sharing is something that we all need in our business and your business. What keeps you in business? What determines your longevity in this business?
Money. Referrals.
Referrals. How to get your business to be 100% referral. And she has done it, and she's done it very, very quickly. And she's going to be sharing some ideas. We're going to have plenty of wine and cheese, maybe a couple of beers, maybe a margarita or two. I don't know. But that's Thursday afternoon at 4 o'clock. We would love to have you guys all here. It'll be right here in this room, and it's a casual experience. It's interactive. We just kind of have some conversations.
And we do respect time, so we're going to do from, want to get people out of here on time. So I think we do 4 to 5.
Yep.
Fairly
4 to
sharp.
5.
Get people out. Yeah.
Okay.
Hope you can make it.
Good.
Have a great week.
Good chat. So, important topic. Come here, Linda. It's awesome when you have a referral business. There's nothing like it, right? 20 people, 50 people, everywhere they go, they're going, hey, you need to use Ernie. He's unbelievable. How much are you paying these people? Nothing. Zero cost of sales. You have a whole sales force that is working for you, sending you business. That's pretty nice. Okay? Very good topic. Okay, Texas Hold'em. We're 9 days away. In this room, how many tables? We got 6 this year. 150 buy-in. Great cause. Still going to Tracy Todd's family after 7 years. This year, new need with Brad Alexander and his family, son of Trish and Doug. All money's going to them split. Great. We have huge, bigger this year. Glass Awards final table. This is played just like on TV. We raise the blinds. This is competitive. There's some pretty serious players in here. It gets a little dicey. So come watch. You can come watch. There's food, there's drink. It's a lot of fun. We got music going on. This will probably last 3 hours, 6 to 9.
Who won last year, Brad?
I don't remember. I have no. What?
Doors open at 5. Play starts at 6.
Yeah.
Sharp. 6 o'clock sharp. Play starts.
Real.
Get here at 5.
Real dealers, real tables. So that's Thursday the 19th, a week from this Thursday. Susan.
Brad, I'm not a big Texas Hold'em player.
Right.
But I will sponsor someone. If somebody wants to play, I'll buy you in at the 150.
Anyone want to play?
Thank you, Susan.
Anyone want to play? There you go, right behind you. Kiana. Okay, she's in.
Same thing.
Luann, anyone else want to play?
No, Luann said she'll do the same
she'll
thing.
sponsor somebody.
Right, who else? Anyone else want to play?
We'll let Felicia know.
Okay, we'll get you somebody, Luann. Thank you. And I think I told you before, extremely cool. I sent this out to the top brass in this company about this event and about the need. And I think I told you a couple weeks ago, Gary Keller sent $5,000. So it's pretty cool when people like that walk the talk. So this will be a really good event. Excited about it. All right. Listings of caravans, what do you got? We did not get to how to get more buyers off your open houses, which is a huge topic. My whole career was built on that. We will start with that next week. Yes, ma'am.
Megan Cumming has a new listing. She does not have a flyer because her photos are being taken today. But it is, and I'm reading this straight from here, so please don't ask me any questions afterwards. It's a gorgeous, totally renovated, mid-century modern ranch in Shenandoah Valley, Henderson Mill, and Lakeside School Districts. 2,700 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, all new systems and appliances, flat, spacious front and backyard. Open concept, expansive granite kitchen island. Open house Sunday 2 to 4, listed at $639. Megan Cumming.
How big's the lot? But this is a cool story. Megan actually got these off an open house, right? These people were so impressed with her at open house, they wanted her to come make a presentation on their listing.
Great.
That's awesome. Who else? Luann.
I have a fantastic new listing coming up in Rivergate in Sandy Springs this weekend. It has a just renovated master suite. It's a beautiful bedroom. Large gourmet kitchen, a sunroom with heated floor, a huge finished terrace level, and an expansive deck with an outdoor kitchen. And a cul-de-sac lot, so 5,000 square feet for $775.
Wow, I love Rivergate. Bill.
New listing, Sandy Springs, inside the perimeter, minutes from Holy Innocents and Chastain. 824-9, it's a beautiful traditional house on a cul-de-sac lot on Vernon Springs Trail. Awesome finished terrace level.
Awesome. So where does Sandy Springs start inside the perimeter? Can anyone name approximately?
Where the old Caribou used to be.
Windsor Parkway? Down there.
No, it's actually, that's incorrect. It's close.
Meadowbrook?
Meadowbrook, close, but no. Where's the line? Where's the line? Fulton to Atlanta. Right between Forest Hills and Osborne.
Okay.
Okay. Point of, yeah. There we go. Hi.
Now you know.
I've got a I've got a house that should be ready to go by October 1. So right now, they put a price of $545 on it. They want to sell it without any hoopla. The man has been, the owner is now in assisted living, so they want to just do a clean and hopefully not too much negotiation. Priced it very low. 4-bedroom, 4 baths, full basement. It's being sold as is. It's like a 1970s time capsule when you go in the house. But an old Navy, he's a Navy guy. Everything has been maintained to perfection. New mechanicals and new hot water heater. If you've got flippers or people that investment buyers that might be interested, it's in a great neighborhood, Breckenridge, and just let me know.
Okay.
That's a phenomenon. My 30 years, I've never understood people say that.
What?
I don't want to go back and forth a lot. Like that's just
I
gonna wig them out like they just could fall over and die because we had to counter twice. And it's like it's not that stressful, right?
Yeah.
It's like a counter.
Can be.
Oh my God, okay. Y'all come visit me in Brook Farm. We've got a beautiful listing, 725, has a guest suite on the main level, 9-foot ceilings, beautiful lot. So come see me between 12 and 2. We have a cash grab bag, so everybody wins something when they're there.
What's the biggest bill in that grab bag?
Money.
Thanks, Rick.
Usually 20, 100.
10 or 20.
10 or 20. Okay.
And the lowest bill,
She always
which
does
is
this.
important to know, is a 5. So
That is good. Wow.
there is no 1.
Important to know. Who else?
$2.
I have a listing coming up in Loganville. It's ranch that sits on almost 3/4 of an acre. 5 bedrooms, recently updated. It'll be $245 on the market next week.
Nice. Jake. No. Susan.
I just listed a house in Chapel Hill of Vinings. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath house, really big, tons of light and brightness, huge backyard, fenced in. It's over 2,700 square foot, great house, just completely move-in condition. She painted everything's great, $425. And then the listing I have on Johnson's Ferry, which is right on the line of Chamblee and Brookhaven, we had it at $619. We are dropping it today to $600. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. 1 master up, 1 master down, fantastic house. So don't let Johnson's Ferry scare you. Yeah.
Actually,
Great
they do
house.
sell on Johnson's Ferry.
They do.
They do.
I have.
Okay.
I have one.
Jake.
I have one.
There we go.
It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath, new listing in Briar Villa, which is off Pitt Road, convenient to Cedar Springs. It actually is listed in the Dunwoody area, and it's a kind of a Charleston style townhome. Very nice. It's either good for good starters or it could be somebody scaling down. The community is about, I think it's 35 units that are in there, and it's listing at $265. Very low for the area. $265. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Just a point. if you want healthy feet, do not, do not be a staff member at this office. 2 out of 9 have a boot on their foot. All right, go ahead.
I just listed a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhome in Stone Mill and Stone Mountain, 1,700 square feet, really close to the Stone Mountain Park, really close to Highway 78, really close to Stone Mountain Village, which is eventually going to change. It's $169.
Nice. Hard to find anything under 200. Yeah.
We have a listing coming up this week, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath in Roswell's sought-after Mountain Creek, because it is a Roswell city address and yet the very much desirable Cobb County taxes. Absolutely ready to move in. Painted, professionally landscaped, gorgeous deck off the back, updated kitchen, renovated master bath, but one of the really unique features, if they have brought in 57 tons of stone and put in a stone staircase down their backyard, fire pit, bench seating, just really gorgeous look in the backyard. So that's $400,000, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, ready to go by the end of this week.
How much?
$400,000.
Wow. Seems like 57 tons of stone would cost more. Yeah. All right, Jenny.
I'm getting a new listing. It's probably going to be ready in about a month because we're renovating it. It's on Hillwood Drive in Lawrenceville, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. We're looking at $225, which are the recent sales in the area. It's going to get a complete, everything's going to be new. Roof, air conditioning, paint, wood floors.
Nice. Sounds nice.
Buyer need, I need 5 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms. I know. In Lawrenceville, 350 or below. Don't throw stones, please.
Guys, who else? Okay. Hold them. Week from this Thursday. Yeah, market's great out there. These rates, talk it up. It's an important thing to talk about. All right?
Yep.
Have a good one. See you now.
Email me if you want to
Correct.
sponsor or play Texas Hold'em.
How many more people do you need?
Come on,